Hello, everyone. It's me, Pastor Scott Boggs at a Potter's Church, and coming at you this Sunday morning from our home office. And we just celebrated the 4th of July. I'm hoping that you guys all had as good and celebratory of a 4th of July as we did. And living where I live in Bridgeview, Illinois, we went up and got to see the village fireworks, which were just amazing. Seems like every year I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like they get better and better. Having been a on and off again resident of Bridgeview since I've been born, and I'm 43 years old now, and just enjoyed that with the kids. And we just had a wonderful, wonderful Fourth. It was nice to be off of work and be able to just take a day to kind of relax and chill and focus and connect with the family. And something about these times where, on holidays when we get a break and we do that and we plan events that are going to involve our family and involve some downtime and some leisure. Being somebody, myself and my wife, who have, I don't know, probably been borderline workaholics, it's something that I would like to try to cultivate and do more of, even going back into our work schedule. Jesus said, "Come to me, all of you who are heavy burdened and laden and feeling overworked and stressed." And Jesus said in the scriptures, "Come to me and I will give you rest." And I'm of the belief that doesn't necessarily mean that God will take the work away, because God gives us a work to do. And when we're doing the work that I believe we were born and created to do, it is still a work. But at the same time, I believe that the Lord also, He wants us to rest. And I think a lot of that has to do with time management. I've likened my life and my wife's life and even my children and their tasks and their academics and all the stuff that we have to do together, like a teamwork as a family, to keep a tight ship and to keep everything going that we put our hands to. Be that my day job, doing in a welding, assembly, and machining shop, our cleaning business, to keep our personal bills paid and needs met each month, and our rent and our home and our utilities, our thrift store, our church-owned thrift store in Summit, Illinois, and then 3 kids who are actively involved in not only in their school priorities but also outside of school activities. And it can get really busy. It can be almost overwhelming, a lot, and it's just a lot to take care of, including the lawn, laundry, dinner every day, dishes. And it takes all of us working together and having these daily things that we have to tend to and take care of to keep the whole farm going. And one of the ways that I like to explain time management, one of the ways that I think is the best way to explain time management, is exactly that, liking it as to being born and raised on a farm. If every day you had to get up and make sure that the pigs were fed, that the chickens were, the eggs were taken from the chicken coop, that every day you had certain tasks that you had to do each and every day, that might kind of get boring and mundane. You might be like, "Oh, but here we go again. You got, time to make the donuts," kind of feeling and mentality. Yet it's taking care of all of those little things each day that could be kind of boring. It's those little mundane, repetitive things that you have to tend to that cause for the overall productivity of the farm and for your livelihood. And I've said it over and over again that overseeing a lot of things, I also write, I also do these blogs, I also do these messages, we also do a Bible study on Wednesday night. We're owning businesses, I'm an author, we're doing all these different things. Leading worship, learning the worship songs and learning to play new songs and teach that to people. It's a lot. It is a lot to tend to. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that it takes a lot of day by day, little taking care of certain things routinely and regularly every day in order to keep all of this going. And I guess what I wanted to say was this: if you could learn to manage your time and say, okay, every day at this time, I'm going to return these calls or check these emails. Every day at this time, I'm going to sort through these clothes. Every day at this time, I'm going to sit down and do my studying and read my commentary to get ready for Wednesday night Bible study. Every day at this time. And you do all these times. You're feeding the chickens, you know, and you have these daily things and you have your time managed. The one thing that you don't want to forget is also that time, preferably, and if able, at the end of each day. I like to call it in the cool of the day, as the sun is going down and you're getting in the evening hours. If it's any way possible, as we've worked really hard to do this over the years, to meet at that dinner table or to have that time at the end of each evening, even if it's only 20 minutes, to be able to just relax, take your shoes off, put your feet up, and rest from your day's labor, and take that time to center, rejuvenate, refresh, regenerate. Maybe, I don't know, sit in a hammock and have a glass of cold iced tea and just decompress and rest in the presence of the Lord. Get your ducks in order, itinerizing, kind of just relaxing from the work of the day and getting yourself prepared mentally, emotionally, and even physically to get up the next day and do it all again. I think this is key in having a highly productive, effectual life where you're living life really to the fullest. You know, you got a full life, a blessed life, a life where you're overseeing, intending to, and managing a lot of things that keep the overall good of the farm going. So I just wanted to share that. I'm not going to make a real long message this week, but I just wanted to impart the concept and the idea of time management, how important it is, and the most important thing to me about time management is managing my time to take care of all the work hard, so I can also play and rest hard. And a lot of times I feel like I'm working real hard during the day so that I can free up my time in the evening to be there as dad and be there as husband. And that's just me. You know, take it or leave it, but that's the place that we've worked really hard to get to have a highly productive, full, blessed, effectual life that we believe we're doing things that are helping other people in this world. And whether that's correcting theology, you know, teaching biblical truths, leading praise and worship, or selling kids clothes for 50 cents, you know, at our thrift store here in Summit, and you know, financially supporting what we can, Village in Tonelli, India. And I could keep going on and on and on. But when people have asked me, and just last week somebody asked me, they said, Scott, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it all. My answer is time management. And not forsaking the most important time of that rest, that quiet time to get with Jesus and rest. And even just seek his heart, seek the wisdom of Holy Spirit, who continues to teach us how to prosper in our finances and in our health. And all of that without forsaking the most important time as well of being dad and being a husband and putting on that family hat at the end of each day. So God love you. God bless you. Hope this helps some of you. And that's how we do it. Time management. Peace.